Hi guys, Grudy from Grudy's Racing Resto back here again. Promised you I'd show you the rockers and what they're like. Okay, showed you the other day. Now we've got new rollers. We have the new plastic case bearings going in. These are a 11 pin. So the old bearing is actually the new bearing, believe it or not. It was a 9 pin. This was a replacement sent under the same part number. What an absolute piece of shit. Myself, I wouldn't have put it in. If this was my kit, I would have looked at that bearing and gone, that's a piece of shit. There's no loading on that. Right. I took a couple of legs, but thank you very much. Got my spares kit. I could probably do with a few extra swivel foot adjusters and nuts. And now I could probably do with a couple extra pins. I end up using 2 pins. I found another damaged pin. Well, let's see if we can... Yeah, look at that. The one on the left was the one I found the other day, which I did a video on. And this one on the right is another one I found. Now, that bit there, that little fucking... Oops, sorry about that. That little dent there. That's enough for me to say no. That's a bearing surface. You can't run a bearing. I'm sorry, but you can't run a bearing on a surface like that. So the failure, I believe, wasn't actually roller. A little bit of roller excess clearance. So these replacement rollers, these little wheels, they, slow down, these ones measure up at 13.99 to 14 mil flat. These measure up at 13.99 to 14 mil flat. 7 of them was in this 3.1 kit. The ones next to it here, these measure up at 14 flat to 14.01 millimeter. And this one here is 14.02. That's kind of junk. We'll just leave that over there. That one will go into the bin pile. So I do have some spares that are usable, especially the fact that we have 3 roller cam engines here in South Australia, so I need spares. This is something that is needed. Now this here, nice and easy. The pin just pushes through. You just got to be careful. Sometimes the shoulder on the pin itself will grab a little bit of alley, and you don't want that because it'll push it into the needle roller, so you've got to be really, really gentle. I push them through, hold the end with a little socket, nice and neat over here with the socket like this, and just push it through from the other side. And I just use my little old handmade bench vise to do it. Nice and neat, not too much stress. The kit itself should be good for 8,500 RPM. In the 3.1 we're only going to turn it to 7.2. It's got a 286 degree cam, total duration. In the 2.9 we have a 306 degree total duration cam, 13mm lift. Yeah, we'll probably spin it to about 82 to 85, somewhere in that vicinity. Depends where it drops off power as to where we stop spinning it. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming to get these M20s together. We don't have huge money, but all the money we have, we spend on our toys and on our nice stuff. And the 2.9 goes in this old girl here. 4-door. It's got XYZs out of my M3. Braids, so they're braid full race A's. 16 by 8 with a Toyo 225/45 on there. It's got a nice built 4.1 4 clutch billet hat diff. It should be a fast little car. And this thing here, we'll be doing auto swap from manual to auto on this Oz trike. I'll do a video or 2 on that as well. That's for the mother-in-law. Yeah, bit of a love job, but she's a good egg. It's all worth it. But as it comes down to this stuff, yes, the roller gear, it's worth good money. The extra power that's able to be made with this is worth the money, I suppose. This is what I had to put together, whether or not it was worth the money or not. And yes, to go roller, is worth the money for the power and reliability we're after. Now, as I say, the 5 Ps. If your preparation is shit, you will never ever have reliability. I do believe the fact that the bearings would never have taken any kind of load, and maybe there might have been a few other shafts that looked like that in the last 2 years that went out. If that's the case, then that's the reason there was a failure. Prior to this, there wasn't many failures with these roller cam kits, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get a couple of seasons without having to rebuild them. We should get 2 seasons just doing track days in Joe's car. A couple of track days. I think we do about 7 track days a year with the BMW Drivers Club of South Australia. And we should be doing a few hill climbs, a few street drives. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Twin plate Alcon clutch, Getrag 420G, 4.1s, 3-inch exhaust. Yeah, it's going to be, she's going to be a fun street car. Thanks for your time, guys. Like always, subscribe and like, tell your friends, blah blah blah. Hope you enjoy the content.